Hi, my name is Destiny. Today in my presentation, I am Anne Frank. I was born Annalise Frank on June 12, 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany. My parents are Otto and Edith Frank. I have a sister 3 years older than me, and her name is Margot. We are a Jewish family. I grew up during World War II. In 1933, a man named Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. He did not like the Jewish people. He made laws against the Jewish people. These laws would eventually separate my family. We moved from Germany to Amsterdam when laws were made to stop people from shopping in Jewish-owned stores. I spent most of my life in Amsterdam. I grew up an ordinary girl with great dreams. I loved to play with my friends and also collect pictures of celebrities and place them on my bedroom wall. I want to be either an ice skater or a famous writer when I grow up. In 1940, German troops moved into Amsterdam. We were no longer allowed to go to school or see movies anymore. This had been one of my favorite things to do. I celebrated my 13th birthday on June 12, 1942. My father gave me a diary. I named my diary Kitty. I wanted to be able to tell Kitty everything. In July 1942, my sister received an order to go to a concentration camp. Jewish people were being sent to these camps, and there were terrible stories of what happened to these people in these camps. My father decided that we would disappear by going into hiding. We would hide in a group of rooms behind his business. In Dutch, this area is referred to as the secret annex. Eventually, there would be 8 people to share this small area. Mr. and Mrs. Van Pelt and their son Peter and Mr. Pfeffer would join us in hiding. We were not allowed to leave or to make any kind of noise during the day. It was very hard to live in such a small space with so many people over a long time. Some of my father's trusted employees helped us to get food and supplies. A lady named Meep was one of my favorite people. She risked her life to help us. In 1943, the Germans surrendered and started to retreat. I made my last entry into Kitty on August 1st, 1944. 3 days later, our hiding place was discovered, and the German police arrested everyone. I left my diary behind, but Meep got it and saved it for my return. We were loaded on a cattle railway car and sent to a camp named Auschwitz. Once there, Margaret and I were sent to another camp named Bergen-Belsen. Margaret and I were not fed well and had poor shelter. We got typhus from fleas that the camp was infested with. Margaret died in March of 1945, and I died a few days later. I was 16 years old. My dad lived and was released from his camp. He returned to Amsterdam and found out that he was the only one who survived in his family. Meep gave him my diary. He was surprised by how serious my thoughts were. My diary was published. It has been translated into 67 different languages, and as of 2009 has sold over 100 million copies. Only the Bible has sold more copies. My single voice had become the voice of millions of Jewish people silenced during this time. One girl, one diary, one voice, one person can make a difference.